2000 here. I'm going to talk about the Saw franchise. I know this is a mix franchise. A lot of people don't like it. Some people like it. I'm kind of mix and mix. I do think it's an underrated franchise, but I do think it's a little tiresome. But I do enjoy these ones, and I know that recently they're gonna come out with Saw X, which is the 10th film in the Saw franchise, and I think it's a prequel that's gonna be between the first and the second movie. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's gonna come out in a couple weeks, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about the franchise from one through Jigsaw. And let me you guys leave you guys thoughts. What do you guys thought about this franchise? Which one's your favorite in the franchise from one through Spiral? Sorry, Spiral. And yeah, you're looking forward to Saw X. To me, I am looking forward to it because I like the trailer. I like the old music that they used. Definitely good music that they used for the trailer. Definitely looks fitting for Saw. Um, to me, Saw X's trailer looked much better than that fucking Exorcist Believers trailer, which looked generic bullshit. I hated that Exorcist Believer trailer. It looked terrible. I'm more looking forward to Saw X than that garbage ass movie, but I still gotta check it out. But all in all, I'm looking forward to Saw X. Now let's talk about the Saw franchise, folks. Now, first, we're gonna talk about the first movie, Saw. I don't have a single copy of it, but I do have it with my double. I have a double feature of it with Saw 5. See, this is the only physical copy I have, but it's not by itself. It's with Saw 5. I also have it with Saw 6. It's on Blu Ray. It does look good. I'm happy with it. I do enjoy the first Saw movie. Great cast of Carrie Ells, Lee Winnell, Danny Glover, Monica Potter, and including Tobin Bell. And all these movies are going to be spoiler, folks. If you have not seen these movies, definitely check them out first before seeing the spoilers. But if you're looking for the soft 10, definitely enjoy the video. But I'm going to also have spoilers in them. But yeah, the first Saw movie is great, starting with Joey Winnell as Adam and Carrie Ells as Dr. Gordon. They're both in the bath, wake up in the bathroom, and they see a dead body in the middle of the bathroom with a gunshot wound, with a gun next to him. And yeah, throughout the movie, they don't know what the hell is going on, who they are, but they explain what they do. Adam's a photographer, and Dr. Gordon's, of course, a doctor. But all in all, they finally know what's going on with the build up and the craziness that is in the bathroom. And then all the traps that we see is like the razor trap with Paul, and then Mark has the grease flammable shit all over where he has to step through glass and find the combinations with a candle, and he gets exploded and burns to death. And then you got like all the stuff. Even Amanda and the reverse bear trap, which she does successfully win and becomes a successful Saw victim winner. And she encounters Billy the Puppet, which is Billy the Puppet is actually the mascot of this movie with Jigsaw's voice, and he's always the mascot that he's the puppet that you always see on the bicycle with the clown with the spiral cheeks and stuff. Definitely an iconic character in the movie. And yeah, Saw gets crazy, a lot of drama, a lot of mayhem throughout this first movie. I enjoyed the first Saw movie, and also the finale. The finale of Saw was really fucking good. Definitely one of the best twists of all time. It's about Adam and Dr. Gordon going crazy, especially Dr. Gordon thinking that his family is dead by the guy Sep. He cuts his leg off and then boom and shoots Adam, and then he thinks that he done what he had to do, save his family, and then he encounters Sep that goes into the bathroom, and boom, everything goes crazy. Adam wakes up, beats the shit out of Sep, and mashes his face with a toilet back seat cover and beats the shit out of Seth to kill him, and then Dr. Gordon leaves to get help for Adam, and Adam finds Seth's tape, and it reveals that he was never Jigsaw the whole time. It was actually a game for Seth. He was never Jigsaw, and the real Jigsaw wakes up, and he was the dead person the whole time, and he removes the bullet wound that he has on his head, and it was latex makeup, and it was John Kramer. He's Jigsaw, and then he electrocutes his Adam, and then locks him up, and Adam screams, and Jigsaw says game over and closes the bathroom for Adam to be in the dark in the bathroom. And trivia fact, James Wan actually broke down crying when he heard Lee Winnell's screaming in the movie, and it was so sad that he broke down crying. And Tobin Bell had went up to him and comforted him and told him it was relaxed, the movie, and he just comforted him from not crying no more. Shows you that Tobin Bell was a great person. Like, he went to comfort the director James Wan because he did broke down crying after hearing his friend Lee Winnell screaming at the end of the movie because it felt too real to him. But yeah, that show's really cool how Tobin Bell comforted him at the end. But all in all, if you guys never seen Saw, definitely check it out. But if you did, do you think this was one of the best twists of all time to a movie? To me personally, I agree. It's one of the best twists to a movie, and it still kicks ass to this day. But yeah, that's the first Saw movie. Now we got to Saw 2, which a lot of people seem to like it more than the first movie. But I disagree. I think this movie is good, but I don't think it's good as the first film. It does have some good traps. It does have some shitty characters, but I do like Donnie Wahlberg's character as the cop. Detective Matthews, pretty good character. All in all, I do enjoy Saw 2. Has some brutal traps, especially the furnace trap, the needle trap, and the arm glass shattered. I don't know what the hell that thing with the stupid girl puts her arms and she cuts her arm with a trap or something. I forgot what the hell that trap is, but that's a brutal trap. There's a picture of Amanda in the movie. And yeah, at the end of the movie, you get the twist that Amanda is the killer and Donnie Wahlberg was played like a fool the whole time because the other detectives knew that, and finding out that it was a pre-recorded, it was never happening, and that he gets into a trap in the bathroom, and it turns out Amanda drugs him and locks him into the bathroom, and she says game over to him, and he says, "I'll get you, fucking bitch," and then Jigsaw's like smiling in the car after he got beat up by Detective Matthews in the movie, and shows that he's smiling, happy that Detective Matthews got his comeuppance. But all in all, definitely really good movie. I do like it, but I don't like it much as the first movie, but it's a good movie. And Saw 3, this is my least favorite. I know a lot of people love Saw 3, but I never got into it. I think this movie's fucking boring. It's just my honest opinion. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm forcefully saying it. No, I'm saying that in my opinion. I think this movie sucks because it's long as shit, in my opinion. There's a cool picture of Amanda and Jigsaw. Yeah. And then Amanda's the new accomplice, Jigsaw, and she's in this movie with John Kramer, and yeah. But all in all, I don't like this movie because it's so fucking long. It's like the longest Saw movie. I do like some of the brutal traps, especially the rack trap was the most disturbing trap in the franchise. But all in all, it's just a boring movie, and it's pretty brutal to see John Kramer dying at the end. Definitely a brutal death scene, but it's my least favorite. I know some people enjoy this one, but to each their own. But this is one of my least favorite Saw movies. The next movie is Saw 4, and this is when the franchise was starting to get fucked up, being lazy and kind of like meh with their shitty story. Like, this is when they're starting to get tiresome because the third movie did end it. But all in all, it does have some pretty good traps. I do like the opening autopsy where they open up John Kramer, and that was pretty gruesome and shit to watch. I know I don't have the Lionsgate Blu Ray. I replaced it with the Saw Pack Blu Ray. where it has Saw 3 and 4, 5, but I got it for 4 because the DVD, the Blu-ray I used to have was a big fucking defect and it wasn't working. There's a picture from the movie, one of the characters from the mausoleum trap. I do enjoy some traps in this movie. I like the autopsy where they told about it. I do like the mausoleum trap that opens the movie. It's pretty much like see no evil, speak no evil trap, and it's very brutal. Definitely a vicious trap. And I do like the rapist guy who gets his comeuppance trap where he's killed in a red room. And it's a very brutal death scene. And there's some other brutal stuff, but all in all, I didn't really care for the Briggs character. I thought the character was stupid, in my opinion. It's just he kept making so many dumb mistakes that it's just like it was such frustrating to seeing like this character follow and stuff. And yeah, all in all, he gets himself and Detective Matthew killed. So yeah, Donnie Wahlberg's character gets killed at the end. And then the twist is that a new accomplice is in this movie after Amanda and Jigsaw died. The next accomplice is Detective Mark Hoffman. Yeah, he's revealed to be the next killer, which would show more of his story in the next movie. Next movie is Saw 5, which I actually did like this better than Saw 4. Even though the Saw victim story that we're following with these shady business people, it's kind of a weak part of the movie, but all in all, I still enjoy Saw 5. It's about more like backstory on what Mark Hoffman was dealing with. He had to deal with some scumbag killing his sisters. Like he had a sister where he cared about his sister and stuff, and she had this scumbag boyfriend that he kills in the opening of this movie. This guy, he kills him because he murdered his sister, and it broke him down because that was like his only family that he had. And yeah, he killed him in a saw trap, and then Jigsaw had to capture him and teach him a lesson how to be in a saw trap, and he survived it. And he started helping him out, like kidnapping some people from the first movie and some people in the second movie to set up their traps. So yeah, he was working with Jigsaw in the first and the second movie. And yeah, I do like Mark Hoffman in this one. It just when he got into when he got like starting becoming a serial killer, I started thinking that character sucked. Like he's not a great accomplice, but I did like him in the fifth one, especially at the end when Detective Strom's a character that was in the fourth movie, who gets investigating about Detective Hoffman in this one, and he knows who he is. He's a Jigsaw accomplice. He puts him in a tomb, which originally Strom was supposed to be in it, but and Hoffman would die in the room as a suicide, so nobody would know that Hoffman's the killer and Strom is locked away forever. But it went backwards where Strom put Hoffman in the tomb case and Strom is fucking squashed and killed. Definitely a very badass ending. I have to admit, it's one of my favorite endings to the Saw franchise. Is Saw 5, The Room Crusher. Definitely a badass ending. Even though the victim stuff with the shady people getting their traps, it's weak as shit. But I do like Hoffman in this story. But it's much better than part 3. Much better than part 4. Next movie is Saw 6, the unrated director's cut. This is another movie that went into the big fuck up round where they went lazy with their budget. They went lazy with the acting and shit. Of course, Hoffman's alive. Strom's dead. But all in all, it's a weak story. I didn't care about the shady insurance, health insurance guy. I thought he was a weak villain. I mean, a weak a Saw victim and stuff. I didn't care about him. I didn't care about him living or dying and stuff. Just a very unlikable dipshit character. And all the chat that he encounters are some of them are brutal, some of them are stupid. Like I don't know. It's just some of the acting in them. I don't know. I think the one chat that was stupid in this movie was the I don't know. It was some girl that it was like he was trying to save some some dumbass lady that was keep screaming so much that he's trying to help her, and then she has to cut the key out of his side, but at the end the clock goes out and she gets punctured with a spear in her head or something. That was a lame fucking trap. I didn't care for that trap. I did like the breathing air crusher one. That one was pretty brutal. And I did like the trap where he had to save an old lady or a younger dude. And that was probably like the saddest trap in the franchise. Like definitely like the saddest trap because it was very emotional and stuff. Like he had to either have this younger dude die or this older lady die, and it made it so fucked up that they put the old ladies with a pitch that they show because it shows pictures of him to see which one that he feels sad for and emotional, and it posts like a younger picture of the old lady as a young kid, and like that just made it like more sadder. Like he saved this lady. That trap was pretty sad. I have to admit that was a good part where I did like that trap. But all in all, I didn't care for the Ferris wheel because some of the acting was that shitty in that one. Like I don't know, just a lot of the acting in that part was stupid. I didn't mind the trap, but it's just the acting was shit. And then Hoffman is captured by at the end before Hoffman's captured by Jigsaw's widow, Joe Tuck. The insurance guy meets up with his sister, and then and then meets up with another family who was the family of a guy that he didn't want insurance from, want to do insurance with, has him die with a heart attack, and his family's left without him and stuff, and they want him dead. Especially the mom wants him dead, but she doesn't want to do it until the son did it, and he gets injected with needles that are filled with acid that burns his insides and shit. And then Hoffman is in a reverse bear trap, pretty much like a second version of the bear trap, not the original bear trap that Amanda survived, that Joe Tuck put on him, and he's trying to get away, but he hits his hand, breaks his wrist, so he could break off the strap that he's caught with, and take. He's trying to take off the reverse bear trap, so he sees like the bars of the window and uses it to not hit contact on his face to kill him. And then a piece of his face is cut, and he's screaming his lungs out, and he's injured, but he wants to go after Jill Tuck. Yeah, and he does go after her in the next movie, Saw 3D, aka the final chapter. Not really, but I do enjoy Saw 3D. I think the traps are pretty good in this one. This one was much better than Part 6. My favorite trap, I have to go with the opening trap. I forgot what the hell you call it, but it's like a. They did a trap where it's like it's in view with a lot of people in public, and it's like a love triangle trap. I'll just call it a love triangle trap in public, where two guys are fighting for some dumbass bimbo girl and stuff that keeps cheating on between them for this guy and this guy, and they have to saw each other to have the girl survive and stuff. And throughout the trap, they just said, "Fuck this skank, she's not worth it." So they just let her die, and to me, she deserved it because she cheated. She wanted one to kill him, and then the next one, she wanted this dude to kill him, and like forget this bimbo. Like she deserved it. So like that was like a pretty cool trap. I have to admit that was a cool trap, even though some people think it was lazy. I did like that trap, but all in all, I did like the the car shop trap, which has the late great, which has the late Chester Bennington as one of the skinheads in that one, where he gets his removed and stuff. If you guys don't know Chester Bennington, he was the lead singer of Linkin Park, and he sadly passed away back in 2017. Very sad. Definitely one of my favorite bands, and he had a great fucking voice singing. I liked his music. But yeah, he plays one of the skinheads that he has to remove his back from a glued seat and stuff that's removing his back skin. It's very brutal, like by far the most vicious and disturbing trap. That's brutal as shit. I did like that trap. And there's some other more traps that are in the movie. Sean Patrick Flanery's in this one. I do like Sean Patrick Flanery, but I just feel like the character that they put him in this movie was just kind of like a flat character, like a very wooden character that they had to be playing in this one. I don't know, it's just the shitty script that he was given for this movie. Just his character wasn't really right, anything to write home. But I do like Sean Patrick Flanery. Um, they get to different traps, and he has to meet with to save with his wife, and he's supposed to do his trap because he's like a poser, and he never did the hook trap on his chest, so he had to do it himself because he lied all about it in his bullshit book and stuff. And then when he tries to do it in real life, it messes up and breaks off his pectoral muscles, and his wife is doomed, and she's burned alive in a boiling, steaming pan thing or something, what the hell you call it, to fry people in when they're tortured for that. Yeah. And then Hoffman's in the he's like a serial killer now. He's killing a lot of detectives, morgue people in the police station, and he going after Jill Tuck for trying to kill him, and then he beats the shit out of her and he wants to go get the reverse barrel trap that he put her on here, but he finds the one that Amanda Young survived from and put it on her instead, because that's the trap that we never got to see used on a person. And so he finally put it on her, and you get the Saw theme song, and you get the reverse bear trap, the original reverse bear trap, finally used, and it's very gruesome. And he says, "Game over." Until you think that was the end, he was gonna get away with it. He explodes the area that he's been hiding his stuff at. He explodes the compound, and then he goes away, but until he is attacked by three pigs, mass people, until one of them amass and is turned out to be Dr. Gordon. And he's another accomplice to Jigsaw. And he takes Hoffman into the original bathroom, and in the original bathroom is where they all started, where you would see him from the first two movies. And Hoffman's there. There's Seb's dead body. There's Adam's dead body, I think, maybe. And also Xavier's dead body. Their bodies are there decaying as skeletons from years that went by, that decayed. And yeah, he's locked up, and Hoffman is chained up, locked up. He wanted to get the hacksaw, but Dr. Gordon moved it out of the way, throw it outside. Hoffman's all cursing out, like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And then boom, he says, "Game over," turns off the light, and says no, and then Dr. Gordon closes the door, and game over for Hoffman. I think Hoffman might be dead, but that'll be interesting if he is alive in a future Saw sequel. Because I heard that the next movie is not going to be like a sequel to Spiral. It's going to be a prequel to 1 and 2. So I'm not sure if he's still alive, but we'll see. Same situation with Adam. We don't know if he's alive or dead. And then we didn't get no Saw movie from 2010, because this one was from 2010. And then we didn't get one till 2017 or 26. Let me see the year 2017. Yeah, Jigsaw is when we finally got the next Saw movie, and this was the next movie. And you'll get to the twist at the end, but this is like the refreshing new Jigsaw movie. The game continues. Years later, you get this new game going on, and it's all refreshing, clean, and you see all the brutal kills. My favorite trap in this one was easily I think the spiral trap was pretty damn cool, because it was cool to see something like a spiral being used as a trap. But all in all, I enjoyed Jigsaw. I know a lot of people don't like this movie, but to me this was like my this is my second favorite next to the first movie. I enjoyed Jigsaw. Yeah, I'm not sure if the code is still active, because this is a brand new movie still from a couple years ago, but if not, just try it out. But all in all, Jigsaw is a lot of fun. I do enjoy it. It has a lot of brutal kills. The characters are not the best, but There's one character that I do like when you get to the twist, but there's a lot of brutal kills that we go on, a lot of piece of shit characters that you have to follow because with the crimes they did. And when we get to this character named Anna, she is by far the worst Saw victim because you get this theory that, oh, she was framed by her husband, but no, she murdered her baby because she couldn't stand the baby crying, so she suffocated it and put it next to her husband who was sleeping so it can make him look like he rolled over the baby and suffocated himself. And it's so fucked up that he was arrested for it. She had no remorse about it, and he committed suicide in a mental institution, and just shows you that like that was by far the worst fucking victim character in the Saw franchise, and you didn't feel bad. Like this fucking mother killer deserved to die at the end, and she does for stupidity. Because I feel like she did deserve to die because like what a piece of shit Saw victim this one was. Like by far the worst Saw victim that you have no remorse. Even John Kramer sees it as a really awful thing to hear and see about. But yeah, you get the twist. Logan and the detective that you see in the movie, they get captured and they're in laser trap, and then Logan is killed. But when the detective confesses his stuff that he let innocent people die because of him, and guess what? Logan was never dead. He wakes up from the trap and it was never lasers, it was just like blood squibs. He's revealed to be the original Jigsaw accomplice before Amanda, before Hoffman, before Dr. Gordon. It was Logan. Logan was the original accomplice that helped Jigsaw, and all this story turned out to be the prequel to the first movie, and it was actually before the events of the first movie happened. So yeah, and Logan was the creator of helping Jigsaw to build the original reverse bear trap for Amanda Young. Yeah, he made the reverse bear trap, and I like the backstory that he wanted vengeance on this detective dude because he let this guy go, his wife's killer, who was like a drunk driver that killed his wife. He let the scumbag go away, and shows how dirty the cop is. And yeah, and the cop gets his fucking comeuppance where the laser goes through his face. Even though it's a little CGI, it's really cool CGI where his face splats and open like a flower, where you see all the brain matter, the skin matter everywhere, and it's all steaming and stuff. And yeah, Logan as the original Jigsaw accomplice to me is my favorite twist. I like Logan. I know some people didn't like Logan, but I enjoy Logan as his accomplice. But all in all, I still enjoy this movie. And then we get to Spiral, which came out in 2021, the first movie that I got to see in the pandemic era, after the pandemic era, in 2021 of May. I actually do enjoy this movie. This is my third favorite in the series. I enjoyed Spiral from the Book of Saw, starring Chris Rock, Samuel L. Jackson, and yeah, I definitely enjoy these ones. I would say I like Jigsaw better because of the twist, but I put this like not above Jigsaw because the twist was kind of predictable. Like they didn't do a good job with the fucking twist in this one. But all in all, I do enjoy Spiral. It was a good movie to see after that fucking hiatus. After that hiatus from the pandemic and shit, that we couldn't see movies in theaters. I was so dying to see a movie in theaters, and yeah, I was so happy that we got to see Spiral. But all in all, this is the DVD that has the Spiral shit, which is awesome. I do like the Spiral stuff. Oh, my Blu Ray doesn't work, but the DVD looks pretty damn cool to see. But all in all, Spiral has some brutal kills. Definitely very clean, brutal kills. Like you got the train trap where the guy's tongue is strapped and he's gonna be struck by a train. You got a guy getting his finger pulled and shit. He gets electrocuted. You get a cop lady's face getting melted from plastic. Very brutal as hell. But it's about Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson's characters being father and son, and they're in the police force. And yeah, and it's about Sam Jackson being like a dirty cop, especially the other cops too, being dirty cops, killing people, letting shady stuff go away, letting nothing, letting the bad stuff just be under their skin, under their eyes, and not taking care of the problem and letting bad things happen. And yeah, the twist turns out to be this character. It's a little predictable because you get his death scene, and it's supposed to be like, oh, you don't get his trap or something. You get like a fucking shot of like a piece of a dead body flashing and flashing. It's obviously that it was him as the accomplice, because they kind of obviously made it that way. Too predictable. But yeah, and it's about these cop characters like Sam Jackson's character and his son, and the lady, and this character, this old retired cop. Like they're the they're like dirty cops that did shady stuff. Especially this dude killing this new Jigsaw accomplices, like, because it went to his backstory of why he doesn't like these characters and went to put traps on them. Is because when this guy was a kid, his dad was murdered by this scumbag, and then Chris Rock was in the case as well. He was there too, and he told the kid shush, not to tell no one that the cops killed your dad for no reason, and on and on. He came to get his vengeance, and he put Sam Jackson in a trap where he's gonna be hung and stuff. Either free him or let him die. And Chris Rock does by when the song music hits and the song theme song plays, and he tries to free his dad, but he goes and beats up this character until like the SWAT team comes up, and the strings are pulling his dad back up and pointing like a fake gun to point at the SWAT people that break in, and boom, they shoot the shit out of Sam Jackson's character brutally. Definitely a very tense ending, I have to admit. I did like the ending with the music in the background. It was pretty damn tense. And then Chris Rock is stopped by the cops, and he screams for his dad and stuff. Like his dad's getting shot by the cops, and then he turns around and sees this character, the new Jigsaw, not accomplice, but like pretty much like a reboot solo, like, because they said that, oh, Jigsaw is dead in this story, and he was inspired by Jigsaw's work and stuff, so he was influenced by Jigsaw, so he did his work similar, and he gets away, and Chris Rock says no, and that's when the movie ends. I enjoyed Spiral. I would say I like Jigsaw better, because to me Jigsaw was a better movie. I just thought the twist in Spiral was a little bit predictable, because it was obviously him, because the way they find him in his death. Oh, it's a skin dead body. Like, what the heck, man? Like, that just makes it obvious that he's gonna be the killer. But all in all, to me, I thought Logan's twist was better, because you didn't know he was gonna be the killer. But all in all, I enjoyed Spiral. It has a good cast, good kills, good look on the cinematography, and I do like that they played the theme song, the Saw theme song at the end. And yeah, I do enjoy these movies. The first movie, I rated an 8 out of 10. Second movie, I rated out of 7 out of 10. Saw 3, I rated 4 out of 10. Saw 4, I rated a 2 out of 10. to me, that movie sucked. Saw 5, I rated a 6 out of 10. Saw 6, I rated a 1 out of 10 because I think this movie's garbage. Then Saw 7, I rated a 5.5 out of 10 because it's a mixed movie. Like, what the fuck? Jigsaw, I rated a 9 out of 10 because I do enjoy this one. And this is, to me, my favorite sequel in the franchise. Spiral, I rated an 8 out of 10. But all in all, I do enjoy these movies. It's just a lot of fun with them. I'm sorry, I meant 8 out of 10 for this one. But for the first movie, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because that's the best one. It's my mistake. This one's 8 out of 10. Not the first movie for Saw. Not the first Saw movie's 8 out of 10. It's to me it's 10 out of 10 because that's the best one. Because the first Saw movie's the best. This one's 9.5 out of 10. And then this one is 8 out of 10. But all in all, I enjoy the Saw movies. There's some bad ones, some good ones. And I do enjoy Jigsaw. I don't fucking care what anyone says. I enjoyed it. I think it's a solid movie and it kicks ass. But I am definitely looking forward to Saw X, which is going to be a prequel between Saw 1 and 2. Definitely looking forward to it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed for me talking about the Saw franchise. What you guys thought about the franchise? Which one's your favorite? You guys looking forward to Saw X? Do you guys think this is a good franchise? Do you think this is a shitty franchise? Leave in the thoughts in the comments, folks. Hit a like, subscribe, and take care, folks. And thank you. Have a good day, folks. This is Junior 2000 for the Saw franchise. Bye-bye.